Hey kids, how you doing? HeyHoleConsulting.com. Hi, please don't mention my name when reading this. Can I have your own feedback on how best to culturally navigate the workplace? The fact you have to culturally navigate a workplace. You just can't show up, be professional, be polite, be civil, get your job done. Is again why I know it's not possible fresh out of college or high school. Well, it is if you got some hustle when you're a middle schooler, you build up, a lawn mowing business or something. But you guys and gals, anybody who's self-respecting and wants to work hard and be rewarded for hard work meritocratically, you cannot work for an employer. It was already bad enough before all the political correctness and the basically the racism and sexism. We call it affirmative action, but it's bigotry. That's what it is. Until that came along, it was already pretty bad to begin with. Now it's again, I call it Arkham Asylum. All right. So here are my assumptions. Work out, the stronger you appear, the less hostile people are in general to you. Sure. Okay, let's just go through your assumptions. Work out, the stronger you appear, the less hostile people are in general too. Yeah, but what if you're a short guy or a short gal, a very small, mousy type of individual? You can work out, but you gotta have to get platform shoes. Be valuable. People appreciate you being around. I don't know if it's be valuable. You have to be indispensable. You have to be the critical IT guy. I was very valuable at work, but I got in the way of let's define value. Are you helping your boss get a promotion or a bonus? That's value. It's not whether you're helping out the company or helping out the bottom line. Are you helping your boss achieve his or her goals? That is what is really valuable in terms of employment. All right. Not whether you're actually helping out the company or the customer. So in that sense, you're valuable. If you try to do what's good for the company, which is oftentimes against the interest of your boss, you will get in trouble. Okay. And heaven forbid, if you're trying to do something moral, like stop a housing crisis, you're not gonna get promoted. They're gonna be looking for ways to get rid of you. You need to be a team player. You need to obey. Conformance is performance. Okay. You either be indispensable, like a heart surgeon. I love when you got a heart surgeon, they start giving him guff or giving her guff for I don't know, whatever. I can imagine the drama at the hospital. And the heart surgeon's like, well, I guess you go find yourself another heart surgeon because they got job offers all over the place. You want to be that guy. Be your own advocate so others recognize your contributions. Yeah, you can't. Tooting your own horn doesn't work that well. I mean, but keep in mind, you're talking to a guy who just absolutely failed in corporate environment. Okay. I don't know, the corporations ended up failing, going belly up, or getting bailouts, but maybe you really have to do the Game of Thrones, like you exchange, like you're the procurer at The Great Escape. James Garner's character, like, oh, would you like this? Well, I'm going to need 7 packs of cigarettes. Would you like me to do that? Well, you better. I've been waiting on this. You really have to play. Unfortunately, if you want to be successful in corporate America, half your time has to be doing this backstabby Game of Thrones chess game stuff instead of actually working. So there's that. About the only thing I've found is like you document everything, like every email, and you do your job, like you get it done. I have that done. I sent you an email. Here it is. You see this email? You don't call. You don't leave a note. You email. For avoid thoughtful conversations, I started studying a sports ball just to have something to jump into if a conversation starts going into a danger zone. That's true. You don't talk thoughtful philosophy, politics, or anything like that. But at work, unless it's about work, I wouldn't talk to people. You go to work, to make the money, to go home, to live, to have conversations with whoever you want. Well, what are your thoughts about my assumptions, and do you have other advice for success? I mean, they're not bad. They're not going to hurt, but you really misunderstand corporate America or any employment situation. You just conform. And for everyone on my list, look, I know not all of us could be entrepreneurs, but I don't know if you got a choice. You could be an independent contractor, part of the 1099 superior race. You really are only in corporate America as long as it is to get some experience and then get the F out. And I would even say if you want to work the nighttime shift, be it a security guard, like let's say you don't have to study, you could do any nighttime shift where there's no people around, and it is totally worth like the 50 to 60% drop in pay. So you're just really there to use corporate America to brush up your resume and then get out of there. Just get out of there. Other advice for success while you're in corporate America, make sure you have all the programs and the certifications. Make sure you are all, and it really doesn't even have to do with the job you're at. You're always looking for another job. I've said this many times before. The second you get a job, you immediately start applying for others. If you're in a high level thing, you get a recruiter. Hey, recruiter, here are my requirements. If you could find me, you get a job for 80 grand a year. You go to your recruiter, say, I need a job for 110 grand a year that has these and work from home. If anything like that comes across your table, you call me ASAP. And once a week, you call in the recruiter. Hey, anything up? Okay, cool. See you. Bye. You get another recruiter. Hey, anything up? Okay, see you. Bye. You are I'm not going to pronounce it because then it might get demonetized. We won't be able to spread the wisdoms. You only get promoted by working for the competition. Don't major in stupid stuff. That's the key thing. That does 65, 70% of the work right there. If they need an electrical engineer, they need an electric. If they need a plumber, they need a plumber. You could join the trades. You kind of avoid all this office stuff. Don't work for a large corporation. Work for a smaller one. Here's the event that got me thinking about this subject. And this brings in a whole new thing. Well, doing something, something legit. He has a legit job. Girl walked over to my desk, said, hey, I heard you were in the Navy. What do you think about women in combat? Instead of being excited to share my perspectives, I should have asked her why she was asking me this question. You don't. It's sad. It's so sad, and he's right. He's right. I remember the days you could just talk to gal. Hey, what's going on? Sometimes women made off-color jokes, and you know what? We're all mature enough to laugh at them, and it was all right. Nobody went running to HR, and there wasn't a crisis. No one got fired. I told her females have an important role. While deployed in Iraq with the infantry, we had a female engagement team. Culturally, in Iraq, males are not allowed to speak with the females, so having female soldiers allowed us to interact. While the whole population, without our sisters' arms, we would have lost access to 50% of the locals. Yeah, okay, so you did have to have, and I know two gals actually. One was, oh God, she's great. I can't tell much of her, but she fired her weapon. She wasn't lying around. For a moment, I was satisfied with giving an honest and educational answer. Then I saw a face filled with rage. Oh, here's the trap. Say that again, she told me. Confused, I respond with what? She educated me that female is a derogatory term meant to oppress women. Now you just see that woman is evil. We'll go on. I made the mistake of saying my brother is something, and I was using the term in a biological sense. She began to berate me and made it clear I would lose my position by making an unsafe work environment. Yeah, this is a weaponized woman. This is a vile, evil person. It's easy to say people should quit their jobs so I have a baby and a mortgage. I figure it would be better to keep the job while starting to send out resumes, so I apologize for using the word female to make sure she didn't escalate further. I thanked her for sharing a teachable moment. Oh my, how the mighty have fallen. The whole exchange was a trap. There was no sincere attempt to understand my experience. No, she wanted to power trip. Okay, this is all those people out there burning down buildings, taking down statues, rioting, and they're not black. All right, they're college-educated leftist Antifa NPCs. She's fighting the pay. Her job is not to work money and pay off her student loan. She's taking down the patriarchy. And let's not forget old natural human evil and sadism and power tripping. She smugly walked away as I sat there feeling abused. You were abused. I never want to put myself in a position to be treated that way again. Thank you for a perspective. Hopefully sharing this with those will help them avoid this trap. Best will keep you anonymous. and you have a legit thing. I strongly advised this man to read Randy Bentwick's book, The Pence Principle. All right. If you had read, guys, the vast majority of women are not this gal, the Blasey Ford gal. The vast majority of women are not this evil, vile woman this guy just told our little tale here about. Okay. It's not the vast majority of women. It's the one that it's not the torpedoes that don't hit your ship. It's the one that does. And I was reviewing this, and I was like, boy, these are extreme measures that you really consent forms at bet. Yes, it's come to this now. Every guy should have a body cam on him. Every conversation recorded, doors open. And then the Wall Street Journal or Forbes magazine and what's her name, Sandberg could write all the articles about, oh, you're not mentoring women anymore. No, it is not worth the risk. Now, this is another instance where the damage has already been done. Like, Cappy, I blew my arm off. Well, I guess you shouldn't play with firearms incorrectly. I can't help you look, and this is why all my books and advice is targeted towards younger men, because they could do something about it. Okay, so let's make lemonade out of lemons here from this guy's poor experience. Will you boys please go buy this book, read it, and implement what's put it in here? Going forward, not just for my client, but for all you boys out there, and the ladies too. It's not going to get a body cam. You always have a body cam. You record every conversation. You record it all. You save it. I know this is going to take some investment. This is going to take some investment in some storage. But you save everything. So if someone says, on July 3rd, 1927, Fipsy Fibs said that I had nice eyes and I felt a bit whatever. Then you have it. July 3rd, 1926, I have that right here. You play it back and you're exonerated. But we don't have this recorded. Now, do you have any witnesses? Were you by yourself? Was there anyone? And here's another thing. Are you in such a toxic work environment that has been conditioned man bad? Not biology. Gender, bi gender, duo, just two genders bad. I don't know what environment you're working in that something like that happens, or what you're probably in a major metro area. That's harassment, right? That's inexcusable. Now, it's on the right side of harassment, so I guess you're just gonna have to sit and suffer. But that's where you need to record this, guys. You need to take preventative measures for this. Because not all women are like that, but there's enough of them out there that is. What percentage is that? It could be 2%, it could be 10%. By gosh, 10% might be it. That 1 in 10 could very well be like this. I don't know. I haven't worked in corporate America that long, but you record. Okay. You get a record. So you have proof. And unfortunately, that's what it is nowadays. Until you start being self-employed, that's what's going to happen. Even in school, you're going to school, save your text. You guys, that was more, 2 years ago, where it's popular to falsely accuse a guy of rape on campus. And then also found out, all these allegations, not all of them, but a lot of them ended up being false. Imagine if those guys, and what saved them was the text afterwards. That's what saved them. You got, really, guys, body cam. You don't tell that on the interview, but you have the doors always open. You never sit with a woman alone. Never. You don't even get into a position with a woman alone. Like meeting with Amy? No, I want somebody else present there. No, I'm not comfortable sitting alone with women. And if they give you any guff, well, I guess I'm going to report you to HR. You're making an unsafe work environment for me. So I said, I don't know, it's $9 is $9 and $500 of investment in body cam and maybe $1,000 of labor per year. Is that worth your career? Okay, the company that this happened is, okay, this is a company that's not going to be around for a while because of its nature. I'll email you later why it's going to be gone. You are already, for reasons beyond them hiring very bad people, you are already on a sinking ship. You are also working with colleagues who are fully steeped in this indoctrination, and they're arrogant and egotistical on top of it. And for those two reasons, the first one alone, that is a sinking ship. You're worried about your mortgage and your kid, get the F out. Leave. Now. I don't care if you got to go work scared. I don't care if you got to go join the military again. Leave now. My boss took the incident as me being oversensitive. I kept a job search log, and after applying for a certain amount of positions, got one at a company that also had better work-life benefits and benefits. I'm an all right I'm in an all right program now. What got me a better job was the philosophy that work is work. So I focused on scaling up based on recruiter feedback and what I saw was wanted in my geographic area. Recently, my current employer, wait a minute, hang on. All right, did you go to this new company? You got the new job? That's what it sounds like. It wasn't very clear. So you took this new job. Recently, my current employer brought on a diversity consultant who creates mandatory sessions I feel more like group therapy than team building. Oh, yeah. No. See, now here's where you have a mortgage and kids. I know. When you go in, you say, I don't do any diversity or sexual harassment training or anything. No, I don't. I'm not, and I would even say I don't deal with HR anymore. I don't. Like if we're going to have you interview with HR, but this is over 8-9 years ago before, when I last had a job, I'm like, I don't deal with HR. No, I'm not. I will not interview with HR. You're either serious about interviewing and you send me the hiring manager or not at all. I'm not talking to some witch doctor who believes in colors and if you were a frog, what lily pad would you hop on? No. You either give me adults who are serious about this job and this company or no adults at all. Just nope, not at all. But assuming you've moved this new, they hired a diversity consultant, that's to cover their ass, I'm quite sure. With the current cultural climate, I thought it'd be good to reorient how I navigate through corporate America. Based on your last email, I went ahead and got the Pence principle. There you go. Just made it. All right. Assuming you're at this new employer, it's way better because you don't have that toxic work environment, I think. And the nature of the company is different than the other one. Again, I'll email you what that key difference is. So they're probably just CYA. That's probably all they're doing right now. It's too late. You already took the job without, I get to work from home and I'm not sitting in on any of your political indoctrination. You're just going to assume I'm an adult. If there's any problems and I'm found guilty, fine, fire me. But going forward, you should probably always have an MP3 recorder going. Always. I think you learned your lesson from the old company. Yes, how should we say, the characteristics of the employees at your previous employer, you should absolutely look out for them. And they're not demographic characteristics. It's where they're from, where they went to school, and their age. That's absolutely, those are sharks. Those are parasites. You look out for those people. I would never have anything. Never. That'd be like, hey, go work with some bankers. Never again. Nope. Not unless they're underneath me. I do not work with bankers. They work for me. It seems like this is a more with the credit. And going forward now, you always are looking for another job. Okay, that's one of your part-time jobs. You get a recruiter in, get a good relationship with the top recruiter, say, if any job meeting these requirements come along, let me know. I would also try to, if there's any trouble with this new employer, which hopefully there's not, you try and get to work from home. Okay. That should be possible in today's, scared environment with the thing going around. And then also, you got to start working on a side hustle. Terribly sorry. And you get to be a dad too. And you get to work out. Isn't it fun? All these responsibilities because politics has ruined the work environment. Here's the good news. That old company of yours is going to be bankrupt and belly up probably within a year or two. So don't worry about that. But yeah, hopefully this job is a little bit more mature and there aren't psychopaths running around like at your original place. You always are looking for another job. I would start looking up RFPs. I would start setting up any kind of little side gig you can do, anything. Even if it's working, part-time as a security guard, just so you can have that security guard job. And then if you have to leave this sinking ship, if it turns out to be a sinking ship, you could go work full-time as a security guard or something like that. I know, can you go back into the reserves or the National Guard or anything? And you need multiple streams of revenue is what I'm saying. Because you can't just rely on this. But while you're at the office, yes. And no doubt, I'm not questioning you or misbehaving or anything like that. Just being taller and stronger and pointing out, you don't have to do that. But just do your job. Make sure it's done well. Make sure it's done on time. Have documentation of everything. And record everything. If you have to get a body cam, even if it's something innocuous as a little MP3 recorder, no one sees that. All right. And then if someone says, oh, well, you're going to go on a business trip with Tina. No, I'm not. No, I'm terribly sorry. And you can say, my wife wouldn't like that. I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing it. And no, I'm not sitting unchaperoned with a woman in a room by myself. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But see, if you're self-employed, you never have to deal with this bullshit. Okay. And I know that's a long journey, guys. I know it's a long journey. But there you go. It just angers me. Someone would do that. But it doesn't surprise me knowing the type of people you worked with. Those people would be doing it. All right, let's get the super chats real quick. DJ Aftershock for $2 sounds like the woman in HR CSR. Wah, wah. Well, no, you go to HR with that. He'd have every right, but he did go and they said, oh, you're being overly sensitive. And I understand why, because of the type of people this company employed. You don't work in a den of thieves, essentially. Nonstop Dre. They say you're not being a team player, Cappy. I was never a team player. Never a team player. Because my team kept losing. I'm like, well, if we change it, we do it different. You're not a team player. Yeah, but we're going to go bankrupt if we don't do it. You don't understand. No, you don't understand. It's great that all my bosses are like, well, some of them are dead now, but they're all losers. Keep it track. They're all unemployed. Couple retired. But they say only men can be toxic. That is a lie. Yes, men can be. Absolutely. But a whole new generation of young uppity women that think they know everything at 22. They think they know better. And what angers me is that gal knew exactly what she was doing. It wasn't like she was misled to think that any male interaction, or let's admit, okay, guys goof up. Absolutely, we're guys, we're dumb. Like, oh God, okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Bob, but I'm not interested in getting coffee. All right, whatever. This gal just wanted a power trip. And let's exercise stoicism. Imagine the love life of that woman. Imagine how happy she's going to be at 55 with that kind of level of weaponized mind games where you're just evil. Oh, woo. So, no, everyone, just record all. Hey, I'll tell you this. To show you I'm fair. Most of the scumbags I worked with were men. Most of those scumbuckets who should have gone to freaking jail were men. And you got to record. You got to record everybody. Now, they're a boomer, man, if you want to stereotype it a bit. But you record everything. Everybody in corporate America is a scumbag. Every one of them. Anthony CMA. My name is Tina. I'm from Edina. Master's preferred. You spelled Edina. It's Edina, not Udina. Nonstop Dre for $5. Truth and reality equals hate speech and oppression nowadays. Yeah, well, that's what. Don't work for corporate. You know what? Not big corporations. You go for the little corporations, where all you expect to do is show up and do your job. As you said, women are taught to be competitors at best, enemies at worst. Stay stunning and brave. Thank you. Thank you, Dre. I will, and courageous. And you know what? I'm going to be amazing on top of it. Why? Because I just am. Don't have to do anything. I'm just amazing. Do you gals know when your friends say, you're amazing, you're beautiful? Do you know they're lying? Like you must know. It's so fake. You have to know, right? You don't actually believe it, right? Hey, Doc's in the neighborhood. But Doc, what are you, retired? Ooh. Joe Jones. Wait, Karen in HR didn't fix this? Imagine a world without HR. Imagine a world where you have no meetings. Imagine a world where you get your work done. You go, it's called self-employment. It's called being a hired gun. And you insist you work from home. And it really, guys, again, it talks about, this is the key thing, when you're young. I can't help you when you're 50. I can't. I can help you when you're 16 so that you know to go and become indispensable. I'm the IT guy. I'm the programmer. I'm the brain surgeon. Oh, you don't like that, Karen? Because remember the NASA engineer who landed a spent satellite on an asteroid. And he had a shirt that had the old Hawaiian 1950s kind of pinup design and some worthless bint, truly worthless journalist. I looked her up. I did a thing like, where is she now? She's just a nobody. She's like, don't you find that sexist? And he ended up crying. Just imagine what her life is like. But yeah, imagine a world without that, where you could just land satellites on asteroids and be left the F alone. Well, I know I'm doing your books, and no, I'm not going to your diversity assistant reserve depression training. No, I'm not going to your sensitivity training. No, I'm not going to your anger management training. And no, I'm not coming into work. See the contract we sign? You say I get to work from home. And if you violate that contract, there's a clause there that kicks in a severance, even though I'm a contractor, of 25 grand. Now shut the F up and go away. Or would you care to end our relationship? Oh, very good. I'll take my 25 grand now. If you do it right the first time, you can sidestep all this BS. Nonstop Trey, $2. Women to Cappy. Who hurt you? Why are you so bitter? Well, a lot of women hurt me. A lot of men hurt me too. That's why I'm bitter. That's the natural, healthy response to people lying to you and trying to screw you over, is vengeance, anger, rage, and revenge. And a desire of the worst for those people that is completely healthy. When the world starts treating me nice, Cappy might be a little bit nicer. Rodrigo, for 15 Brazilian reals. I think it's reals, right? Looking forward to teach you guys Python, help you guys don't waste your time with worthless classes. Oh, yeah, Rodrigo, he's a new sponsor. Let me pull up. I put that down here. Where did that go? Rodrigo is forming. He has formed a coding school. DORScodingschool.com. I'll put this in the link there. He tried some coding schools and he didn't like them. And so then he became a successful programmer. And he says, I can do a better job. So I put the link down in there. I'll plug this more officially once I get a YouTube channel, all that together. But there you go. So take a look at Rodrigo if you guys want to learn to program. That is, let me go look it up here again. Doors Coding, DORS, doorscodingschool.com. DORScodingschool.com. All right, we got that. DJ Aftershocks, $2. Tell him to play ball and kiss behind like at Waizaze. That's how you get ahead. Joe Jones for $1.95. Wait, oh no, we already did that one. Nonstop Dre. Hollywood is begging Johnny Depp to drop the lawsuit on Amber Heard. Nope. No, Johnny, you go. You get your blood. As Terrence Pop says, 40 to 80 is a long time to be alone. That was Stefan Molyneux who said that. That was Stefan Molyneux who said that. Kevin McComber, $2. Tucker Carlson, 2024. A Republican is not going to win the presidency ever again, including Trump. It's not going to happen. IAA Bo, is that correct? For 10 euros, HR lady hired a diversity hire within 5 years of unemployment. Oh, with 5 years of unemployment. The moment I confronted the hiree for not finishing her work in time, she went to HR and called me a sexist, racist. Thank God HR let her go. Guys, Danegeld, everybody look up Danegeld. Danegeld, Danegeld. The Vikings would come in, the Danes, and they'd rape and pillage. And then some French, Norman, not a guy named Norman, the Norms. And they weren't normal, the Norms. It was way back in history. These villages would pay the Vikings gold to leave them alone. It's called Danegeld. Like, here's some gold, leave us alone. And the Vikings would leave them alone until next year. They said, hey, you know that village that just gave us gold? Let's go back there. You don't hire diversity hires. You don't hire assistant reserve diversity assistant directors. They will sue you. They will file complaint. You don't invite a vampire into your church or home or however it works. They are professional victims. That's how they make their money. You're literally hiring mentally ill people. Who majors in that? What, responsible, hardworking people? Oh, all right, that's it. Questions, answers, aholeconsulting.com. I got a couple more videos. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.